So today we are looking at Linux Mint 21.3. So this is a stable release. So let's quickly boot it in a live boot. I'm running it on a virtual machine with the 80 GB of hard disk, 8 GB of RAM, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. And this is a Mac desktop environment. So let's wait until the desktop layout loaded. So here is the Linux Mint desktop layout loaded completely. So let's first open the system monitor, then change the display settings because we need to see how much of resources it consumes. So I already made a Cinnamon desktop environment of Linux Mint 21.3. If you want to check that out, you can check that out in my channel. So in the beginning or when we started the Linux distro of Linux Mint Mac desktop environment, these are all the resources. So let's run until 60 seconds or a minute to get an exact graph of the CPU, and let's see whether the RAM will increase or just it stays. So instead of waiting for this, let's check out all the process running right now. So these are all the process running right now. So let me scroll it down like this so you can see all those things. So these are all the process. So here is some of the information. So the name is a Linux Mint 21.3 Virginia. The code name is a Virginia, and it's a 64-bit. Kernel version you get is a 5.15.0-91, and the desktop environment is a MAT 1.26.0. So I'm using a 8 GB of RAM already mentioned. So this is my CPU, and here is some of the information. So let's go back to the process, then resources. We ran almost a minute. So this is the CPU. It's a bit of a stable, and there is a bit of a high graph or a high peak in a graph of a CPU. So let me put the system monitor in the right side corner throughout the video so you can see all the changes throughout the video. So let's open the displays and change the resolution. My monitor is 1920 into 1080, so you can change whatever your monitor is, or you can choose the scaling 100% or 200%. If the fonts isn't visible for you, you can change to 200%. It will be a bit of a bigger size. So let's click on apply, keep this configuration. Let's close the display. So let's put the system monitor in the right side corner. So let's open the Firefox web browser. So the default browser you get is a Firefox. You already know in all the previous version it was only the browser you get. Almost all the Linux distro will have the Firefox as the default browser. So let's put the Firefox in the left side so you can see system resources properly. So let's close the tab. Let's open the about section. About Firefox, you get a 121.0. So if you want to compare other desktop environments, so I already made a Cinnamon desktop environment. Right now I'm making a Mac, and I will make another desktop environment today itself. So you should be getting all the desktop environments in front of you in my channel. So let's type in about support, and hit enter. You get some of the information like a version, build ID, and some of information which is a bit of important. If you doesn't consider as it doesn't consider as important for you, so you can just skip this part. So here is the information. You can just pause the video and read everything, or you can change the playback speed so you can watch all those things in a slow-mo. If you want to do that, you can go to YouTube settings, playback speed, and change the value to 1.0 to 0.25, and everything will be in a slow-mo. So here is all the information you need. So let's go to the official website and get some of the information of the Linux Mint 21.3. You just need to type in Linux Mint, or you can just type in linuxmint.com. and it will take directly to the official website. I'm using a VPN, so it's a bit of slow. So here is the Virginia, which is code name, and here is the Linux Mint 21.3. So here is some of the information. If you want to read, you can read everything. So let's go to the downloads, Linux Mint 21.3. So here you get a Cinnamon edition, Matte edition, and the XFCE. So in order to get some of the blog or features, let me show you that first. Let's go to the blog and read some of the information. The RAM went to 1.6 GB and 1.7 GB. Keep an eye on the RAM and CPU also. So for some reason it's almost touching like a 90 to 100%. I don't know why. So these are all the changes, features, system requirements which are already shown in the Cinnamon desktop environment. So you can just pause the video and see all those things. You get all the download links in the blog itself, Cinnamon edition. You get all the mirrors. Just scroll it down and you should be seeing other desktop environment like a matte edition, and keep on scrolling and you should be getting XFCE edition, as you can see. So let's close the blog and go to the our matte edition. Let's click on the new features. So here is some of the new features. So it's supported until 2027, which is pretty good. ISO images group is used in EFI mode. So hypnotics already shown in the Cinnamon desktop environment. So let me scroll it down. Custom channels, you can add a custom channels, YTDP updates, Cinnamon. Let's scroll it down like this. So these are all the changes. Artwork improvements. So you get some of the wallpapers which are already shown in yesterday's videos. So main components, Linux Mint 21.3 features Linux kernel. I already shown the kernel, and packages of Ubuntu 22.04 package base, and LTS strategy will receive security updates until 2027. Until 2024, future versions of a Linux Mint will use the same packages base as a Linux Mint 21.3, making it rival for people to upgrade. Until 2024, the development team won't start working on a new base and will be fully focused on this one. So you need to go and read everything, or you can just pause the video and read everything here. So let's close this thing also. Let's go with the release notes. Let's wait. Here is the release notes. Code name Virginia, already mentioned. Supported until 2027, already mentioned. Snap Store is disabled. For more information, to re-enable, read it on the readitdocs.io. VirtualBox, black screen, grabble screen, guest editions, home directory encryption, guest session, touchpad drivers, Wine, sound and microphone issues, no keyboard on Lenovo laptop. So you can just read everything here. There is a bit of a small video here which is almost 26 seconds. So choose the right version of a Linux Mint. So you can watch my videos, all the three desktop environment videos, and it's you can judge on that whether to use that desktop environment of Linux Mint 21.3 or not. So we got everything here. So let's close the browser. So let's open the terminal. So I don't know why it's taking a bit of time here. So let's try to open again. Let's put the terminal in left side corner. So let's type in some of the commands here. Before that, let's check the version. You get 1.26.0. So let's type in inxi-sv8. You get all the distro information, so you don't need to type in a lot of commands for that. So you get all the information. Just pause the video and read everything. Like you get a system information, the machine information, memory information, the CPU information, and here are some of the vulnerabilities. And here is the graphics information, graphics, monitor, information is here, and here is the audio information. And let's scroll it down. The network, Bluetooth, drives, partitions, USB, sensors, processors. You get all the information here. So let's type in NeoFetch right now and hit enter. Here is the NeoFetch, theme, icons, terminal, all those things. So let's type in cat:/etc/issue. Hit enter. So you get a Linux Mint 21.3 Virginia. So let's type in some of the short commands, which is same exactly like the inxi-sv8, but in a short form you get all the information, like inxi, inxi-small b, inxi-capital G, inxi-capital F. So we pretty much got all the information. You need to install the desktop on your own. You can just copy the command like a sudo apt install desktop and paste it here. So you should be having an desktop. So we got all the information from the terminal. So let's go with the installation process. I'm not going to install this on my virtual disk because I need to make another video. So I'm not going to, but I'm going to show some of the installation process. So there is nothing changed in the installer. So already made a beta version of Linux Mint 21.3 in my previous days. So if you want to check the beta version and if you want to compare with the stable version, you can compare it. So the installer is taking a lot of time. Even the Cinnamon desktop environment installer took a lot of time. So let's try to wait for a few seconds here. So instead of waiting, let's check out some of the desktop features. Here is the date, time, location, volume, and the network. And let's check the instead of panel, let's check all the information. The panel 1.26.2 mat panel. So let's get back to the installation or the installer. So you need to choose the languages here. So there is nothing complicated or a new thing in the installer, but for the sake of the video I'm just showing. So if you are a beginner, you need to watch another people or another YouTube channels to know how to install the Linux distro on your hard disk or a virtual disk. So it's always a good option to check out like a 5 to 6 videos of other channels and go with the installer. Don't just watch my channel or watch my video and try to install, because I don't want you to ruin your PC. You need to be very careful while installing the distro. So here is the keyboard layout. You can type here to test your keyboard, detect your keyboard layout, continue. So it's going to take a few seconds again. So let's wait. So I think how much time it takes, I don't know. So we get it here, install multimedia codecs. So if you want, you can check this or you can uncheck this. Let's click on continue. Preparing Ubuntu drivers, it's going to take like a maximum of 30 to 40 seconds. In my laptop, I don't know how much time it consumes in your PC. So instead of waiting, let's check off some of the features. So properties, here are some of the properties of the panel. Background, you can customize all those things. So you can add the panel, you can delete the panel, reset all panels, add to panel. You can add all this some sort of widgets, all those things. Let's close it. You can add a new panel like this. You can delete this panel. So that was the some of the desktop features. Not completely, I'm going to show still the wallpapers and all those things. So let's get back to the installer now. So here you get a single boot option, or the erase disk and install Linux Mint is the option that will erase everything which is available in that hard disk or a virtual disk. So be careful while choosing this option. And something else, like you need to create a partition, and you should be getting a dual boot option or a dual operating system, which is like you should be having a current operating system along with the Linux Mint 21.3. So that's the difference. Here is the advanced features. Use LVM with the new Linux Mint installation, and the other one is the erase disk and use ZFS. So you can choose whatever you want. If you click on install now, it's going to take a 5 to 10 minutes. It is on my PC, it takes like a 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know how much of time it takes. It's completely different. Sometimes it depends on the ISO file. If it's stable, it will be a bit quick, and if it's a beta version, it will take a bit of time. And also it takes a short or a long time on PC. If you have a good end PC, it should be very quick. So if you have a low end PC, it should be a bit of slow there. So and then you should be getting the user creation, or the you need to create a user password, all those things. So some of the basic things you get in every Linux distros and other operating systems. So that's the installation process, nothing complicated. Only you need to be careful while choosing this erase disk or the something else, because you need to know how to install the Linux distro or the installation of Linux on the hard disk or a virtual disk. So let's close the installer. Let's check some of the desktop wallpapers which is new in the Virginia. So it is taking a bit of time. CPU went up to 90%. RAM is almost a 1.6 GB, and still we don't have any wallpapers loaded or anything else like this. I don't know why. Can't even choose the theme. We can move the application or the, and there is a bit of lag, I guess. I can't change the theme, so let's wait for that. So let's go to all applications. Let's see what are all the applications you get here. So let's scroll it down like this. So you get all the applications. Almost every Linux Mint applications will be exactly same. Maybe one or two applications will be different. So we got the theme and the background in the background. So we have like a lot of themes here. Let's make it bigger so you can see properly. So these are all the themes you get. Let's change it to Linux Mint Aqua. I want to choose the Linux Mint Blue. Let's wait for a few seconds and we should be seeing the Linux Mint Blue. So here it is a bit of lag or a bit of delay. So you get all these wallpapers, some of them from the Virginia. So like this one, I already showed in my Cinnamon desktop environment video. So if you want, you can check all those things. So these are all the wallpapers available. So even yesterday I changed to this wallpaper. So let's try to change to a new wallpaper. So like this one, this is pretty good. So I'm going to stick with this wallpaper. I already showed the themes, background, fonts. Here are some of the fonts, interface. So we almost covered everything, I guess, in the wallpaper section. It loaded up a bit faster here. So let's check all the applications here. In the accessories, you get all these applications. In the graphics, 3 applications: internet, office, sound and video, system tools, administration, and the preference. So let's click on appearance. So you get like this. You can customize if you want. So let me try to make a test which I always make in every Linux distro. So I randomly open like a bunch of applications to see whether the Linux distro will crash or just freezes with a black screen, or just freezes with the application opened. And if it doesn't, I'm going to test it like switching applications. I will make like a day-to-day task in this test. So I've been making from past few days or a few years maybe of this type of test, so we could get the exact answer whether to use this Linux distro or that desktop environment or not. So let me open some of the random applications. So let's open desktop settings. We need like a bit of resource consuming applications, so we get exact numbers. So I have like a 8 GB of RAM, so everything we should be working good, I guess. So people who have like a low end PC, I don't know how it works on your PC, because I have like a bit of uh, like a free RAM. So everything should be opening instantly and I shouldn't have any issues. So I even have the CPU of a latest version, which is the 12th version. So the older version, which should be a bit of delay or lag, something like that. So it completely depends on that PC and RAM. So you don't exactly choose this type of desktop environment on your. So if I have the same resources, if you have like a same resources like I do, then you should go and choose this desktop environment, or else you should consider testing on your own and then go with the installation. So let's get back and try to open all the applications. Thunderbird mail. What else? Let's open web apps. Let's even open the Firefox web browser. Under office, so almost everything is opening instantly. There is no lag or anything like that. LibreOffice calculator or a calc. Library, sound and video. Celluloid. Hypnotics. Rhythm box. Sound. Let's go to the system tools. Let's open the file browser. Let's try to open the disk usage analyzer. What else we left is here. I think I already opened gparted, so let's go to the administration. Software manager. Software sources. Synaptic package manager. Let's even open the update manager. So let's go to the preference. So appearance already opened. So everything is opening instantly, so there is no delay or anything like that. So under preference, let's open the Bluetooth adapters. Firewall configuration. Pop-up notifications. Startup applications. Qt 5 settings. Windows. And like something maybe screensaver. We almost opened a lot of applications or a ton of applications here. Let's check all the system resources. So CPU went almost touching like 100%. RAM went to 3.2 GB. All the applications are opened and you still have a bit of RAM in my PC or in my laptop. So if you have like a 4 GB of RAM with the default applications which comes with the pre-installed of from Linux Mint 21.3, so you can easily run everything even if you have like a 4 GB of RAM. So if you install like a GIMP, VLC media player, and some of the applications like a Darktable, Krita, Inkscape, so these are all like a creating creator tools or whatever you can call it, like a photo editing, video editing tools. So it should be a bit of different in the RAM usage because they are a bit of resource consuming apps. So if you open like a 2 to 3 applications, it should be way more in resource consuming, and CPU should be also more. So if you have like a low end PC, I don't know what to say whether it works or not. It completely depends on your test only. I can't say anything because I didn't test on the low end PC and I don't have any low end PC. So it's clearly up to you to judge whether to use that Linux distro or the Linux desktop environment. So if you test, do let me know in the comment section, so it should help others too. So these are all the resources. Let's go to the process which are running right now. So these are all the process running right now. So there is like a bit of hiccup, or like a whatever you call it, like a bit of delay while scrolling and just moving the applications. So that is the issue in the Linux Mint 21.3, even in the Cinnamon desktop environment for some reason. Let me show you like this. So there is a bit of delay. There is no smooth or anything like that. There is like a stuttering or a application hiccup or whatever you call it, like that. So these are all the resources. Let's check all the applications open and close everything. Before that, let's try to switch the applications to see whether it will crash or anything like that. So as you can see, everything is opening instantly. Just when we when we try to move the application, it will be a bit of lag or something like that. But when you try to switch the applications, everything will be running like a buttery smooth. As you can see, it will switch instantly. There is no delay or anything like that. I can go back like this. As you can see, there is no delay. So that's good work from the Linux Mint 21.3 developers. So about image viewer, let's close this. Desktop settings, you can customize, you can toggle all those things. Windows, interface, applications, dark mode, you can customize all those things. So let's check the SED 3.4.5. I'm not going to show all the features of that specific application because it's going to take a lot of time. There are specific application videos or the tutorials of that specific applications in some others channel. So you can watch their channel and you can get information like a bulky rename and all those things about Thunderbird features, all the application features. You can check other channels or other videos. I don't have any issue with that. Web apps, you can add all those things. I already made a videos on that type, so if you want, you can check my in previous Linux Mint videos. So let's check about. Here is the web apps version, document viewer, library, about thingy 1.1.6. So sound preference, you can customize. It's clearly up to your choice. Rhythm box 3.4.4, hypnotics 4.3. You can add the URL name, logo URL, all those things. Series, movies, TV channels, favorites, preference. Here are the preference. Here are the providers. You can search from here. Let's close it. Software manager, here are some of the applications, or else you can just search for the specific applications, or you can go with the category and all those things. You can refresh the list of packages, search in packages description, even slower search. 8.2.9. So let's close this. Update manager, click on OK. Security updates, software updates, synaptic system snapshots, processing updates, Qt5 configuration tools, fonts, icon theme, appearance, interface, style sheets, troubleshooting. A new version of the update manager is available, Mint update 6.0.9, Mint upgrade info 1.2.5. If you want to apply this update, you can apply. You can switch to local mirror or other mirrors. It's clearly up to you. About 6.0.7. Here is the firewall 22.04.0. Window preference, it's clearly customizable. You can do whatever you want. Screensaver preference, you can change and choose anything you want here. You can preview. Let's close this thing. Startup applications options. You can add the applications like this. Let's close this. Notification settings, theme, position, monitor, preview, all those things. Let's check the LibreOffice version. So these are all the applications which are already mentioned in the website. 7.3.7.2. Let's close the LibreOffice. Software sources, PPAs, additional repositories, authentication keys, and maintenance. So let's see the Synaptic Package Manager. Let's scroll it like this. Let's click on the S or the $sign. So the installed packages will be highlighted with a green box, and the installed version will be like this, and the latest version will be like this. Let me scroll it down like this so you can see every packages. You can just pause the video, or you can just change the playback speed to get or to see all the applications or the packages installed. So let's check the version 0.90.2. Let's close this thing. Disk usage analyzer 1.26.0, and file manager Saja 1.26.0. browse networks, Windows network, desktop, file system. You know how to check all those things, so I don't need to show everything here. Here is the preference, behavior, display, list, columns, preview, media, extensions. You can check some of the folders. So you already know all those things. Let me close it. Let's check the Thunderbird. You get a Supernova Thunderbird. So again, I am not going to show all the features. Here is the version 115.6.0. There are already videos of that specific applications in the YouTube. You can check their channels. So Firefox already shown. About celluloid 0.21. Let's close this thing. So Bluetooth, I don't have a Bluetooth turned on. So we pretty much covered everything. So if I forgot anything, do let me know in the comment section. So at the end of the video, these are all the system resources. So these are all the processes. Here is the system. Here is the file system. So let's try to log out and see the logout screen. Logout. You can even switch the user. Live session user. Here are accessibility, keyboard layout, date and time, and power off button. So you can just click on login and it will directly log in the desktop. So I think that's the end of the video. Everything was working smooth. There was a bit of a minor delay of when you just move the applications. That's the only issue in the Mac desktop environment. Other than that, I don't find any issue or any big bug or any even a smaller bug. So this is a stable ISO file. If you want to test it, you can test it on your own. So always test it in the live boot first, then after satisfied, then go with the installation. Do let me know in the comment section whether it works properly on a low end PC. And I think that's it for the video, I guess. I already posted 2 videos, so if you want, you can subscribe. So I'll be posting 2 videos daily without missing. So if you want to subscribe, if you want to consider to subscribe, you can subscribe, or else you can just watch the video and skip the subscribe. It's clearly up to you. I don't have any problem with that. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.